everybody was dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight, everybody's feeling warm.
But what we're going to do right now is dips. This is so important. I see people try to do dips, and when I say try, I'm being kind. It's dangerous to dip ladies, men, and ladies to allow men to dip you. We want to make sure you have a good foundation, men first, and ladies, you understand what and when to trust a man to dip, so that you don't go, oh yeah, woo-hoo, 2 drinks in, and now you're on the floor. So be very careful. Safety first is the big key about dips. So what I was discussing with my friend Tanya yesterday is how to line a dip up. I'm standing with my feet. I'm going to stand with them at shoulder width, not inside of that. So whatever your size is, get them on the slightly outside of your shoulders. This is a good foundation. I'm going to turn this way so you can see when I want to dip a lady, I'm going to put her perpendicular to me. So her right hip is right in the center of my body. I want her right arm around my back. I want my right hand on her waist around here. I don't need this arm because she's holding me here and I'm holding her here. But for practice purposes and getting started, she can use this to hold too, and I recommend that. The best dips, now that we're set here and we're in contact, you can't be shy about a dip. Okay, you don't want to be back here like this. Well, I don't want to be close. No, you need to be close. If you're going to dip a lady, there has to be a mutual trust, right?
Right.
So we want to make sure that's there. You have to trust one another before you do this. So I'm going to take a step with my left foot to my left. She's going to step back with her, I think it's the one you did yesterday. It's your right foot. It's her right foot. And we're going to step the same distance. The way she knows when to step, I'm going to flex right before I take my step, like this. Flex, step. So we just took that step. Now we have a good foundation right here. She can just go back if she wants. Go all the way back, fall. There you go. She's on my leg. I have her on my leg, and she can let go with both arms and let go, try to fall. She can't fall. Of course, I'm holding her and she trusts me. But that's a foundation for a good dip. Men, can't tell you how many men I see do this. Why are you doing this? Okay, when I bend over and Lloyd over here, I think it was Lloyd, he grunted. He knows. That's a horrible thing to do because it's hurting your back. As a man, you're supposed to support the lady. You can't support her if you're here. Not as well. I mean, I can do it and I can say, I'm tough, I'm not a wuss, I can do it. No, that's just crazy. You want to do it strong. Plus, look how much better this looks. Look where I am. I'm here. I'm not here. Now, when you're comfortable and you know a partner, you can dip her, you can go down, and you can just relax, do whatever you want. But where am I? I'm here. I'm not here. I want to keep my torso as much upright because that's what gives us balance. I'm in my left leg, so here she is here, and here I am. This is me as much as I'll go forward. She's on my leg. Some girls, Rachel?
Thanks.
Thank you, Tanya. Some ladies, and I've done dips with Rachel before, when I go here and I take her down, pick both feet up. Go ahead, pick them up. She can pick her feet up because I have her on my leg.
How do you allow for that trust though?
Well, with Shari asked this question. She's the perfect one to ask. She's one of the first people I danced with where when I dipped her, she felt I was supporting on my leg, and I looked at her feet were in the air, almost in my ear, because she's danced before she met me with some men that she trusted, and she was able to do that move. I thought it was really cool, and now I encourage others to do it once you're safe. Ladies, the men, sometimes our judgment is mixed in with some bushwhackers. And so you can look up what that is. And what happens is our judgment goes where we're like, girls, you're your only insurance policy. Those guys aren't paying attention, and most of them will help, and they care, but some of them are drinking. You meet them and you don't know, don't dip. Just don't dip with those guys. If they're gonna do anything, and we'll cover this in a minute, do that one. That's safe. There's not much that can happen to you here. Okay? So men, we'll cover that in a minute. So back to this dip. Perpendicular, I'm strong. She feels when I'm gonna take the step, she picks a foot and goes. And I'm still here. Okay? She's, put your arms out. But because I'm holding her here on my knee. That's what's making that work. Okay? All right, how about a hand for Tanya and Rachel? And invite Kareem and Lloyd to please come over. Come on up.
I kind of wanted to say something about her question, but we can do that.
No, we want you two in this.
Okay.
Come over and do it right now.
I have a lot of.
No, Kareem, stay here. This is Lloyd, everybody. This is Kareem. Welcome to the Upbeat Guy. All right, so Rachel's cover what you were talking about.
Well, from a follows standpoint, one of the things that I look for in order to trust someone to give me a dip is if they were doing a good job leading me before the dip. If I didn't really know what they were doing dancing before the dip, then I'm going to support myself. I'm not going to, go all the way back and dip with someone that I don't trust yet.
Yeah.
So
Makes a lot of sense. What do you think, Shari? Come on, yeah.
A couple of things, as far as the trust goes. One, girls, sometimes I don't sling my head back because the man might not have, in that split second that a dip happens, you may be too close to a concrete floor. Yeah, so you've got to really, really be conscious of, you've got to just, gauge how the dance is going.
Can I step in for a second? So, Shari, do you know how much the human head weighs?
8 pounds. About 8 pounds, yeah.
Okay,
but unless it's hitting the concrete floor.
If you're conceited like me, it's 10. So I want you to understand that, gentlemen, when you're doing that dip, that last movement of the girl's head can throw you right over. So it's really up to the guys. I'd like y'all's idea. Lloyd, when you dip girls, what do you think? Or when do you dip them? Or how do you feel?
I'm listening to the music and I'm waiting for like a kind of an ending, either a pause where I hit them off the spin. So I usually go for a 2 to 3 spin, and after that last spin, I go ahead and lean in and exaggerate the bend so I have more support.
Do it with Shari. Just
Yeah,
the turn
show
and
us.
dipper. Just give a demo of it. You pick the tempo. Good. Right? So Shari is comfortable with what Lloyd's doing because he's given her such a solid lead there. And then a dip, there he goes. And there he's got her there. So you notice one thing, give a hand, very nice, Lloyd. One thing I want to mention about what Lloyd did is because when you're watching, you're like, okay, already, Lloyd, come on, dipper. What he was doing there, and I'm not speaking for him, he was setting it up. He's danced with enough women, you tell me if I'm wrong, and he's trying to find her when she's ready and he's ready as a couple to be in a place to attempt the dip. He's planning it. He said, I'm listening to the music. Now that shows he's really quite an advanced dancer because he's trying to find when that little freeze so he can accentuate it, whether it's in the song or at the end like a lot of us here. Well, one thing he did I really liked that was excellent when he took the dip, and there's no wrong and right way to do this. You can do it wrong and it'll still work. It's just not safe. What he did that I liked, once he got her there, where was he? Just see him? He was up. He was in his knee, and he was up right here, enough to even take her leg and go, I got this. I even got this. So that's really important. So excellent job. Kareem, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, you got a nice setup, making sure y'all are comfortable dancing with one another, and then it's really like, for me, it's like the 8 counts preceding the end of the song when you know you got to get those last couple of spins in. You know, they're all going to be about 2 counts or so, and then you're going to want to finish those last 2 counts of the dip. So it's just, yeah,
one thing I didn't share was sometimes I'll say I'm going to dip you after the third spin. It depends on how the relationship I have with my partner. If I've observed the young lady dancing prior to my dance with her, I can get a sense of her style. And so even if it's the first dance, I'll say, you're very smooth, you have a good lean on the dip, I'm going to dip you up for the third spin. Because I know what's coming in the music, and so that way I give her a heads up, I don't just surprise her.
So that's a good point too, Lloyd, because I would say for
Please
me,
step out, Tanya.
sorry, there are times when if I'm not comfortable with somebody, I will let them know in advance that I don't want to dip. And I'm just nice. I don't say I don't want to dip with you. I just say I'm not comfortable dipping. So don't push me that way if I don't trust them. Because it is like, this is like the danger point when in a crowded area, there's people also dipping around. And you've got a floor coming up, you've got people maybe drinking beer and things, and if I don't feel like I trust my lead while we're dancing, to Rachel's point earlier, then I'm not gonna really want them to dip me, and then they can just do that little couple move instead. So I think there's something about that communication point on both sides.
I want to hear more about this, and I know Kareem has something to say. I want you all to speak on it, but I want to jump in for a second. I want to really emphasize what Lloyd just shared. I believe that is one of the best things you can do. We refer to it in the dance business as a verbal lead. He verbally prepared the woman and said, after the third turn, I'm going to dip you. Does that mean he is? No. It's just let her know that he may attempt after the third turn, if all things are still going well and he's in a place and there's no one behind him and there's nothing here and it's all good, he might dip her. Yes, Lord.
I want to say also, if the young lady says, I don't appreciate it, I don't want to have a third spin, then I'll try to agree and obey that, because sometimes the spin can make them dizzy. So if they're not used to more than 2 spins, trying to dip them after the third spin when they're dizzy can be a problem, especially if they've been drinking. Because you can tell if the woman's been drinking, when you're 2 seconds, her sway, what I call the sway, from left to right is off balance. So when you sway to the left, sometimes her sway is late.
Yes.
So you also want to, if you're dancing and you're preparing for the, you want to make sure that if she's gonna dip, sometimes I'll say, if I see the confidence in there, I can feel the confidence, like I feel the music, I'll say, please let me know when you want to dip. Please let me know that before you dip, because sometimes they'll dip the opposite way. So instead of coming to my left, she'll somehow out of the spin go to her right. And I'm not prepared for that.
Yes.
That means that either I made a mistake in the position I'm turning her body, or that she's used to being dipped the opposite way. I've never seen one dip that way unless they're used to using the right side.
Sure.
The problem with that is if she dips before I'm ready, and I'm not going to my right, and I go to my left, then I'm not ready to catch her. So there's been times where I've had to catch like this, because instead of dipping to the left, my left, I'm dipping to her.
Exactly. You're catching somebody at that point. You're not dipping.
It's hard on the back. It's hard on the back.
And are you saying you're having this conversation as you're dancing?
Well, sometimes I'll bring up the dipping because I can tell by the way we're dancing that she's almost expecting it, especially if she's seen me prior to that, right?
Okay.
So even if she's not ready for it, she'll anticipate it, and maybe we do it up. I can just, usually I'm listening to her body movement and the music as well. So it's a matter of the confidence in the dancer. You can usually sense that.
So I'm gonna jump in real quick and just say Lloyd, so far, is just telling you he's paying attention. He's paying attention to his partner, he's paying attention to the music and his surroundings. That's called floor management and partner management. And that's so key. So I really like what you're saying. I appreciate that viewpoint. Kareem, you had a thought. You were
when I was learning to dance, Lisa was also teaching me a lot of etiquette, and it is incredibly appropriate to ask somebody during the dance as you're getting closer to the end of the song if they would like to be dipped, and they'll tell you straight up or not. This is common practice for me with every new person I would ever attempt dancing with, and then, after a couple of songs here and there, they will become comfortable and, end up dipping here, there, everywhere.
So how do you dip?
Yeah, so would you mind take the middle, Shari, move to the side and use Rachel? Go ahead and use Rachel and just dance in place a little bit here. And then whenever you're ready,
What I'm doing is you dip as a play, which is a lot of fun. So y'all saw it here first. This is
good. Excellent.
Wait, do it again.
You want to do it again? this. So, see,
We are seeing it in action. Look at that. Love it.
So folks, come here, Tanya. Folks, just so you know, I want to make this, y'all stay here. You need to be in the camera here. I want everyone to see. So we're just trying to share with you the general public options you may have, okay? Lloyd's been dancing a while, or he wouldn't be thinking about all these things. I know Kareem's been dancing a while because I see him all the time. So when you're watching him do a dip, you're watching myself, or you're watching Kareem do a dip, we've been dancing a while. We know how the average woman is going to respond. We're taking our experience, which means practice, guys. You gotta go out dancing. Our experience to determine what we can get away with. Kareem brought up a good thing. Not only does Lloyd communicate what's happening, Kareem said the same thing. He'll ask, hey, getting to the end, what do you think? And he already
Everybody was dancing in the moonlight.